I tried it out myself a couple times and I wasn't too fond of the results. But what do you think about that, Shantae? Which ones did you prefer out of all of these features?
So I'm like Meg. I like the remix feature. It's very popular over on the app that we won't name. And I think it's really well over there. So I think bringing it over here, it has the potential to do well. I think the green screen's gonna do well, which we already kind of have that option on Instagram. It's a filter, but I think if they make it more accessible and easier for people to use, that one's a good one. I think I like the options. I think it's going to encourage people to interact with other people's content more. That could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing depending on the person, but I think they will end up getting more reels, which is what their goal is.
They want you to create more reels.
Yeah.
And a lot of these new features and new functionality, it's just making it so much easier. You don't even have to think a little bit now. You know, with the Reels template, you pretty much just grab all your videos, put them together with the template, and it's almost like it builds it for you. The first thing I want to kind of bring up is the latest features that Adam announced. He announced 4 different features, or one was a concept and 3 different features. He announced templates, or an improvement to templates, which if you guys aren't aware of what templates are, they're pretty much if somebody has created a reel and it has like a lot of intricate movements and cuts and edits, you could take that reel and use it as a template and then put up your own videos and photos to follow along in suit in regards to what that initial reel creator did, so that it's much easier to create reels. That's what Instagram wants you to do. They want you to create reels and they're going to make it a lot easier for you. But they announced 2 others. There's remixed improvements and dual camera. Which one do you like, Meg? Which one did you prefer out of the 2? The dual camera or remix improvements?
I think the remix improvements is going to have more benefit long term. I think more people will use it. There's a variety of ways you can use it, where the dual camera to me kind of seems a little bit confusing in like what aspect, how are you going to use that? Like how is that going to be a really entertaining video? But I mean, I think that the remix feature, that they have a lot of different ways now, is going to make it that more people use it, because people weren't really using it as often as I think they wanted them to.
Yeah, I agree. I tried it out myself a couple times and I wasn't too fond of the results. But what do you think about that, Shantae? Which ones did you prefer out of all of these features? And what's your take in regards to all of them?
Yeah. So I'm like Meg. I like the remix feature. It's very popular over on the app that we won't name. And I think it's really well over there. So I think bringing it over here, it has the potential to do well. I think the green screen's gonna do well, which we already kind of have that option on Instagram. It's a filter, but I think if they make it more accessible and easier for people to use, that one's a good one. I think I like the options. I think it's gonna encourage people to interact with other people's content more. That could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing depending on the person, but I think they will end up getting more reels, which is what their goal is.
Right. Yeah.
I like the fact that you said that. They're pretty much, that's their goal. They want you to create more reels.
Yeah.
And a lot of these new features and new functionality, it's just making it so much easier. You don't even have to think a little bit now. You know, with the Reels template, you pretty much just grab all your videos, put them together with the template, and it's almost like it builds it for you.
It makes it a lot easier to like jump on trends, because you don't have to worry about the editing and the timing and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. I was going to say that I think templates will be extremely beneficial for people who are in like product-based business, more so than just service-based. You really can do a lot of different ways to showcase your products. Definitely can still benefit other businesses as well, but I think products definitely could take advantage of that.
I think that's a really great point, and I can see that happening almost immediately in regards to the Reels template.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other things that Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, who is very transparent, which I truly respect about him, he also announced something that we saw coming, but they finally made it official, and that was the Reels merger. Like, I had actually posted about this last week, and one of my posts was, "Is Instagram videos dead?" And it's almost like he heard me, because the very next day he responded about it. So I'm like, oh man, Adam is in my IG, like he's watching my feed. But he responded about it, and he clearly stated, technically IG video is dead. They are now moving forward with making Reels all the complete video format on Instagram. I want to know, how do you feel about that? Like, now that we know Reels is the only format, what do you think that this means for Instagram?
I mean, I think we were kind of all expecting it, right? Like, Reels is the way forward. This is what they're pushing. This is what they want. And they're making it easier for people. Well, maybe easier is not the best term, but they're making it easier for people to post Reels, or basically forcing people to post Reels, because now you can't even post a video. Performance-wise, I think this is going to be better for people. They're going to get better reach for it. We saw a trend, at least from my management perspective, where videos were doing pretty well in competition to Reels, but then everyone figured out videos do better than photos, and then they were only posting the videos instead of the photos, and then that got all overwhelmed. And it's still Reels. Reels are still the champion. They're still what is performing best, and I think it makes sense to just kind of, narrow everything down and make it a little bit more simple for people to figure out what they want to post and what they don't want to post.
I agree. I think that some people are very angry about it because they're like, well, I don't want to do Reels. So they think that Reels have to just be trendy. But in reality, like, they just are making it so it's all in one tab, and that we have the access to use all the cool features that Reels have. Like, you can still post a video, but it's just going to be called a reel instead. And I think that it's amazing to make it, especially for newcomers to Instagram. I mean, it's really confusing to have 30 million different features. Like, just having it simplified would be nice.
Yeah, that, simple is better sometimes. Just try to keep it as simple as possible.
I think they're not going to let us choose to keep the video tab.
Really?
I've seen some profiles, my profile included, where they've already merged them, and it's just a Reels tab, and they've turned the videos into a Reels format, which Adam Mosseri had said it's moving forward. The Reels or the videos that get posted will be converted, but I checked this morning, and some of my video posts have been converted into a Reel already. Okay. So I think they're going to force us all to move in that direction.
Do you think that now, like, your videos being converted, that people could maybe remix your old videos? Or do you think that's going to be new?
I didn't check that out, but that could be something we could test.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come and check out your videos.
Yeah.
Time to remix a half hour long video.
I mean, I don't know the specifications of things yet, or like how like lives are being repurposed and stuff, but I did see in their blog post that ideally they're going to do this to try to get videos that are 90 seconds or less pushed to people's Explore and home feeds for like suggestions. So I think if they're longer, they're not going to suggest it to like new people. So we'll at least not be, bombarded with 30-minute videos that we didn't ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. But I want to ask the audience, for everybody watching right now, I want to know, what are you guys most excited about? With all of these new features that just came out, please go ahead and put it in the comments. Which one are you most excited about? Is it the actual Reels Remix update that they now have? Is it Reels template? The dual camera where you can now film? You can film on the back camera and also have the camera viewing you, so you have technically two viewpoints? Or is it just the idea that Reels have merged and no longer is there an IG video and Reels? It's just one singular video format. Go ahead in the comments and post it. I know you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please show a little bit of love. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button as well, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you can be aware of any time I post my latest videos to YouTube. Now that you know some of the updates in regards to Reels features, now I think it's time for you to step your gram up. And I'm talking about joining the Reels bonus program and even trying to figure out if Reels is for you. Check out the 2 videos on the screen, and I'll see you in the next video.